Hey Poshers, my name is Amy with Perfectly Posh. I am a Pink Plus One. I just joined in the middle of March, so I think that's pretty fabulous. Part of the reason why I have gotten there was sampling. Sampling is a big part of your Perfectly Posh business. So I'm going to talk a little bit today about how to send samples cost effectively. So you can send a mini facial and a couple, or a couple of other samples for 70 cents. So the way I have done that is what I first do is I have these little um, cello bags, self-sealing. They're self-sealing here. These are 5 by 7. So I use these little envelopes instead of regular envelopes because they cannot be put through the machine at the post office. So this kind of is another way to guarantee that they do not machine send your sample through the little squisher, because if they did that, then your samples might get squished and pop out and make a big mess. So you don't want that. So I recommend getting these, and I can put the link to the ones that I found. I just got them on Amazon, 100 of them for, I can't even remember, they weren't expensive at all. Um, and so I can actually look really quick how much I paid for those. 525. So I paid 525 for those bags. So I think that's pretty awesome. So what I include in my little sample pack is I have two things here. First thing I do is I include a letter. So this kind of letter just goes through, why I joined Posh, just a little bit about the products, that kind of thing. It's a personal letter. I just created it on Word really easily. And then, have my Facebook and YouTube links on there. So that's pretty good. And I also like to include this pricing at a glance. So that way, you have like a really good, just one page front and back idea of what all of the products are in the spring summer catalog. This one's for spring summer. And then what the prices are. So you're not shocked. You know exactly what it is. And then this is kind of awesome because you can circle things that you want. You can create a little wish list out to the side. So I like to include that. So what I do is I put the pricing at a glance on top of that. Um, and of course my label is on this one as well. But I put that on top, and then to make it fit into my envelope, I just kind of fold a little bit down here, and then I fold it up and just like this to make kind of a little envelope, and it has a little slit here where I can put some stuff in, which I really like. And that way it's white on the outside, so you can put your label and it's not just a big mess. So make sure that's kind of what you do. And then what I do is put in a card. Of course, one of my business cards is going to go in there. Always do that. And then also what I have is usually do is a little mini facial. There are a couple of different things. There's no right or wrong way to do these things. Um, you can sort of ask your customers, what they like, what they typically use, what their routine is, and try to go about that. If they say and ask them what kind of skin they have. If they have dry skin, then maybe you're going to want to do, make sure you put a good moisturizer, an extra moisturizer. Maybe do the all I've ever wanted face mask. If they're saying they have really oily skin or they feel like they need to exfoliate, maybe use one of the off masks. But you can, just do a little mini facial. I found, this little card, really, I didn't have to work for it. I'd love to say I did, but there's no reason with Posh. They have everything for you. So I found this little mini facial card, and basically I just put my stickers on there as to what I have in there. So, and it gives little instructions, which is fabulous. Because the only way I can get a little mini facial in a pack for only 70 cents is to make my own sample I can't use the Portal samples because there's no way you'll get 3 in there for under an ounce. So what I did also was I bought these little heat seal packs from Amazon. They are fabulous too, little Mylar heat seal packs. And so what I did was I just I made sure that I put at least 2 uses in each one of these. I think that's plenty to get an idea of whether or not you feel like you like the product. So, and then that's a little bit less product than what's in the Portal sample. So therefore you're able to get underneath an ounce. So I think it's a win-win really for everyone. Your customers are able to get 3 samples, and you are able to save a little bit of money on shipping. Um, it I mean, probably the cost offsets, the amount of product you're putting in here cost is offset, by having to buy the heat seal packs and that sort of thing. But it works for me, so I like it. So I'll put that here in my little pack as well. So it's just a cute little package. And so then what I'll do is I'll take this and put it in my envelope here, and I'll seal it up. Oh my goodness, I can get it in there. There we go, perfect. So I'll just stick that right in there. And then, I'll slap, a return label on it, of course. And, I'll usually print out the label here. So as far as the stamps go, what you can do is you can go to the post office and get these 70-cent non-machinable stamps. These are fabulous. You can just slap one of these on there, and this is for non-machinable items. So your package cannot be more than a 1/4 inch thick, which is not here, and it has to be under an ounce in order to use one of these. So these are 70-cent stamps that makes them not go through the machine. So if for whatever reason you get a little overzealous with your sampling and you want to put more in there, you can, and you can just buy these additional ounce stamps here at the post office as well. So you can slap an additional ounce stamp on there. So if you're wanting to use the Portal samples, the advice I have is to try to use two of the smaller ones. You can really only use 2, but I mean, it's great because it has all the instructions and ingredients on the back too. So that's fabulous. But you can really only use 2. So basically you just want to weigh what you have put in here minus your samples, and then see how much you have left to put samples. So usually 2 of these is about 3/8 of an ounce. So you can do that. So my package here without my samples was about half an ounce. So with half an ounce, I still have half an ounce to get. So 3/8, that was perfect. If I used something larger like a scrub, that was usually all I could do was have 1 in there. So, one thing you can do if you want to send a scrub is make your own sample and don't put so much, because usually these have quite a bit in there, and a customer can sample and smell and use the product without needing this entire amount that's in here. So you can kind of save yourself a little bit of money by doing that, and ensure that your customers are able to get more samples. So it's kind of a win-win for everybody. So that's what I do for my small sample kits. I'll do another video that I do for my deluxe sample kits that I send out to customers or friends or family that I feel are really interested in the product, and I'll send them some more things so they can have a better idea of what they're wanting to purchase. But with this one, this is just going out to people who are unsure, they want to just kind of try out the product, or maybe it's people you don't know and you're just asking them for just there's no obligation to buy, of course, but you're just wanting them to give you a review on the product. So that kind of is a good way to do that. So that's all I got. Hopefully that will be helpful for you in building your posh business. Thanks so much. Happy poshing.